Okay, so welcome to iPadAppyHour EdTech Talk at the San Luis County Office of Education. And I'm Traci Theis, and I'm the EdTech coordinator here. And today we have Jennifer O'Hagan from the San Luis Coastal Unified School District. And together we're going to present on different apps that we think are useful for the classroom. And feel free to join us, ask questions. It's an informal setting, and we're going to be bouncing between sharing some things off of the main screen here and then a few off of the TV and showing some things with our Apple TV as well. So we'll go ahead and get started. And should we start with the little...
Yeah.
Do you want me to click on the...
Sure.
We'll just get a little happy vibe going at first.
Togo can do anything.
Anything?
Oh, yeah.
Can you hear
If
that?
you want to comb your cat, there's an app for that. If you have to fix a flat, there's an app for that. Need a word that rhymes with that? Or a place to hang your hat? Got a chimp who likes to chat? There's an app, there's an app, there's an app for that. If your butter needs a pat, there's an app for that. If you need to rat-a-tat-tat, there's an app for that. Gotta practice singing scat. Wanna meet a boy named Matt?
Hi, I'm Matt. Nice to meet you.
Count to 10 in no time flat. There's an app, there's an app, there's an app for that.
So, in all seriousness, actually, you all know how many apps there are out there. There's just so many, and so how to filter which ones are actually useful. And we're going to share some ways to look at the ones that we know about, and then also some ways to get some information and good reviews on apps that are being used by other teachers out there beyond ourselves.
And actually, this is not, I need to reconnect. So I'm going to show you guys an actual app. It's called Doceri, and we use it in San Luis Coastal quite a bit. And it's an app that I was going to have ready, but it's not
It seems when we
cooperating
play
right
that,
now. When we play that video.
it likes to disconnect on us.
Yeah. And so it's a free app that I download to my desktop, so it works either on a Mac or a PC, and then it also, you have an app on your iPad, and it allows your iPad to become an interactive whiteboard instead of like the Mobis that we were using, and it just communicates via Wi-Fi. So I'm just going to show you how easy it is for me to launch this. Here we go.
And you would put it on your desktop, laptop, or desktop computer, and then on your iPad as well as the app itself. And the website would allow you to download the information for your computer.
Okay. And
Is that what they call it, Doceri?
Doceri, D-O-C-E-R-I.
I used to teach Latin for many years. That's actually, in Latin, that means to be taught.
Oh, nice. Thank you. Okay.
Very cool.
So right now, I am going to be able to control the desktop with my iPad. So it frees me up, and I can walk around, and I can access our PowerPoint or our Google slide by freely walking around. I can check for understanding with my students. I'm not tethered to the front. So I'll access our shared document here. Yeah.
Do you need the stylus?
I did have a stylus, but I don't know what I did with it. So I can use my finger actually instead of a stylus, so your finger just acts as controlling the mouse. So it's just a great little feature that we've been using for quite a bit, but the limitation is that it needs Wi-Fi. So for sites that don't yet have Wi-Fi, let's see here, present, there we go. There's nothing we can do about it at this point, so it doesn't work on 3G or anything. So here we are. So I can control so here's the Doceri. That was my first slide anyways that I was going to share with you. And like I said, you can wirelessly present and control your Mac or PC with your iPad. Annotate over existing content and create new content. So even in our elementary schools, we have students using the Doceri app, not this way, but they're creating help videos and things like that for their to show their teacher and their fellow students how they're solving math equations. And so I captured a little video so you can kind of see what a teacher's doing with Doceri.
Let's take a look at our first problem, 20% 30. Let's say this entire grid.
So it's allowing
is
him
like numerical
to
values
annotate
of
over the screen and actually have an
Well,
interactive
what are some things we
whiteboard.
notice about this
And
grid?
he can record
You know,
it
that it's
from
10
his
units for the
iPad.
vertical and
Students
10
are doing
units
this
for
as
the
well.
Which means that there are
And then he's
hundreds of
posting it to
individual
YouTube and
units per
sharing it that way.
Okay.
So that's a clip that I wanted to share with you. And it's not quite working right for me right now, of course. But that's okay. So I'm
Do you
missing
wanna-
a couple of features. I've already reset it once.
Do you
So
want me to go in and do part of a?
oh, that's okay. I'll be able to fix it before we finish here.
Okay.
And so the next, and if you have any questions, feel free to stop. The next app that I wanted to share with you was Animoto. And again, this is a free app that doesn't work just with the iPad, but you can use it on any platform. But students and teachers are using it from their devices. And I've used it to create presentations, and students are actually using it to create book trailers. So I just wanted to show you it's really quick and easy. They have the templates already available for you. You go on to animoto.com and sign up, and it's a free account. Students can have free accounts, and it's really interactive, and you can insert video, text, and photos. So here's a sample of a presentation that I did for our school board. Coming up here. And we've got some sound. So it's got this theme behind it, and I've inserted video, and I've typed in text. And I didn't make all that splashy stuff. It just kind of came that way. So it's really easy to drag and drop. And then they've got music behind that that they have added, or you can add your own. And then if you wait a second, you'll see some video clip that I added in here as well of the teacher. And again, it's all free.
Right. You can even have the students use the same student logins that you do at school for their other login to make it easy.
You can see
Yeah.
it's going to record my writing.
So I have the teacher, I was videotaping a teacher, and I inserted some video there of him. And then students are actually creating their own book trailers, and here's just another sample of a 6th grader who used Animoto and created a book trailer. Let me see if I can scroll up here. Let's see. There we go.
Ain't nothing better than watching you smile. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ain't nothing better than watching.
So anyways, that's an Animoto, so I'm just kind of going through this quickly. So we've got teachers using it for presentations, students are able to access it as well, and this was even elementary level. Let's go to the next slide. And Traci's going to take over here with some math apps and share with you there. And I'm going to disconnect and
Oh, yeah,
reconnect
that's
while
fine.
you talk. Yeah.
Okay, so Bridges math program, they actually had a lot of just some free recommended apps that I grabbed here. They have a lot of different things for using patterns, geoboards, number lines. These are all apps that I have available in here. You can actually, I'll make sure that the link's available to go back to, or you can just look for the name and the icon in iTunes. And also I have the website where I grabbed them from, and they have a little link off of it too. Most of these are from, they're a nonprofit organization, but they are doing textbook support this year in textbooks, and I think some of the schools in your district are using that. So some of these might help with some of the curriculum there. A couple more from that same area. Geogebra is very popular. It's on the Chromebooks as an app. It's also available as an iPad app, and it allows you to do a lot of graphing and just visual calculations for the students to see it. EDtech apps is available for elementary and middle school, and it's not just math, but I have it in my math section. It also has science and language arts. And what I like about it is it actually allows you to go in, and I'll just pull up a sample of that. It'll let you go into the app and then select the particular grade level that you want, and it will let you actually select the specific lesson as well. So I'll pull that one up out of my math over
You're
here.
showing that. I'm going to fix this.
And let's see, here's an elementary one. And you'll see, you can just go ahead and select whatever. I'm gonna go into, and I can choose, maybe I want numbers and operations or the basics. I'm just going with the basics right now. And learning to add. And then they'll go on, and it will tell you like if you need to know the directions of how to let's see if I got it. And then it'll give them questions, and they can go ahead and answer it and move on through. So you could have a student individually go through different parts of these with it, science, language arts, or math, depending on the topic that they're looking at. Oops, sorry. Go back up to that one. Oops, go back. There you go. Okay, and then this one is Your Teacher. It also as well has more math lessons available in there, and it lets you select directly into, let me pull those up. Your Teacher will, see if I can get this to annotate the right way. It lets you choose the grade level again, and what particular math you want, and then it will let you go into the actual lesson, and then it will start giving you little lessons, and it actually gives video as you go into this. It will talk to the students through a example. Let me pull that up. It's actually right here. I just pulled myself into the actual lesson itself is giving me the problems where the student can work through it. But I didn't hit the right screen here, but there's also a video that goes along with it so that when that lesson pops up, there's a little mini lesson that you could have an audio segment for the student to plug in and listen and directly get the information from it. And then the times table one is another app here. This one, it just times table quiz, and it just will go through and give all the times testing just for practice for younger grades. It's a perfect little times table quiz that they can play and answer it, and it will just keep on going and looping a whole bunch of questions as it goes along. So that's some of the math ones that I have.
Okay.
And we're going to go up to
Project management. Okay. Right when I got that thing working. Okay. So.
Oh, perfect.
See, now this is what I was trying to show you. With Doceri, I can also actually point things out to students as I'm walking around. And so
the top half of your screen on your iPad is the control of where she's moving that little icon and things, and the lower half is your visual part.
Yeah, and so I can also annotate and everything on here. So it's a fun little feature of Doceri. But this next app is called Stick Pick, and it's not just, I know in elementary we use sticks to popsicle sticks, and it's a little more robust than just pulling out names. So I wanted to just model that for you. I have a Stick Pick app that I want to show you guys, but I first have to get onto the Apple TV, so let me get onto that. I know, I got it. Apple TV. So now I'm going to mirror my iPad with the Apple TV. And now you can see everything that's on my iPad. So let's go to Stick Pick. And I wasn't sure who was going to be here, so I set up a class ahead of time, and I put a few names on these popsicle sticks. And so what I do, if I was a teacher in the class, I can shake it, and my student Michael Garrett pops up. And I had set him up to be to have questions with Bloom's question stems, because he's one of my students that would be appropriate for. If I had Jill in my class, she might be my EL student, and I can actually set up a stick for Jill, and she could be an intermediate level EL student, and then it would help me give me some question starters that would be appropriate for that student. So there's a lot of different features with this. So if I were to ask Michael Garrett, what is your opinion of this presentation so far? And then Michael could give me an answer.
It's great.
It's great. So I'm going to assess him right now and say that was a correct answer. And I can give him a 5, insightful and confident, clear and accurate, adequate understanding, or partial understanding. So that was insightful and confident. Okay. So I'll try another one. And Mickey Mouse is also in our class. He's an English learner. They have ESL question stems. And so I might ask Mickey, who is the character in the story Snow White? And if he answers, I hit assess, and I can quickly assess his answer. And he was incorrect. And he gave me a response. and he said the incorrect response, and then I can hit mark used, and on and on and on and on it goes. So if I want to see how they're doing, these are my students that I put in my class. I can look at Michael Garrett, and so far he's given me 3 correct responses, and he's actually showing a lot of good levels of understanding here. So it kind of gives you more than just answering questions here and there. Let me find another one. Jill Nuno I put in here. Oh, no responses yet. I knew Jill was coming.
This is a paid app, right?
It is a paid app. It's $2.99.
Yeah, I put it on my phone because I can't put paid apps on my school
Oh, on your
iPad.
school iPad.
So I
okay.
have my kindergarten ELs in there, and it actually is pretty cool. I've actually never seen the button I can assess,
That's
I
new.
just-
Yeah, that's new. That I just literally figured out yesterday because it wasn't in there before. Because this has been an app that's been around for a while, but I think I got an update with the new system, and perhaps that's.
Yeah, you
why
could do an
that's
update on that app and it will give you the
Mhm.
extra feature.
okay.
Yeah. So, one thing Traci and I were talking about as we were preparing for this was, there's so much out there. There's so many apps, and how do you pick? And so I've been kind of picking the ones that I've seen over the years that have kind of been staying. I've seen people use more and more. Because when it gets to a teacher or your particular classroom or however you're going to use it, it really kind of becomes personal. Like what's good for me might not be good for you. But these apps that I'm showing you, I've seen used quite a bit with my colleagues, so I think they're worthwhile.
And before you switch off of that,
Uh-huh.
if you are using an Apple TV, if you have your orientation of your
yes.
iPad up and down, it will do that. Or if you turn it
Thank you.
sideways, it will give it to the.
Mhm.
And then, do you want to show the document cam while you're on?
Oh yes, thank you for reminding me. I asked you to remind me of that. So while we're on the iPad, and I'm mirroring to my Apple TV, one thing I can do, which is a really nice feature, is use the camera. And now I have a portable document camera, and I can have Mark show us what he's writing and explain his work, and he can explain it to the kids. I know. And so Jill can show us her thinking and show us how she's solving that problem. She's very interested in this presentation. So that's how this works. It's almost like a portable document camera. And so they do sell stands where teachers set this down and leave it
Permanently
up
to
in the
use
front.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could use your textbook to look at it, or so in
Yeah.
case you don't have a document camera, it's a great feature.
Yeah. So that's it. Yeah, thank you for reminding me
Yeah.
of that, Traci. So as we go back, I think you're up, Traci. You're going to mirror while I jump on.
Oh
to
wait,
this
are we
area.
doing?
That's fine.
You want to do Socratic?
You on mine or yours? I was
Uh,
going to be up there, and you're going to do Socratic with yours.
Mhm.
Okay. So let me get.
So our next one, have you guys heard of Socratic at all? It's a great tool. If you end up using, you could have a few devices in your classroom. One thing I've seen is people go in and get old iPod touches or even smartphones that are no longer being used by parents. Does not have to have a service set up to it. You can even remove SIM cards and all of the information. And you simply just need to have the Wi-Fi ability in it. And you could use that device in a lot of cases, even just having 5 devices and just pairing them up in groups. This ends up becoming like a kind of like a way to quiz and assess kids and get a better understanding of where they are using the device. And so we set up a space race. So
What you guys can do right now is it, like she said, it allows teachers and students to quickly engage, and it's free. And so there's a teacher account. A teacher just goes into Socrative.com and signs up, and then they're assigned a classroom name. So, for instance, let me see if I get this. Here's my little handy dandy arrow. So I'm going to give you guys the name of the room if you want to try this with us right now.
And a little trick on that, when you do sign up, it randomly generates a number for you, for your classroom number. And from Jen's signing up, she realized that you could change the name. So she ended up changing it to today. We're going to use Happy Feet as her room. So you don't have to go with that random number that's hard for kids to remember. You can actually name it something, but it's under your profile when you sign up for free.
So Traci's going to log in as a student,
And so she's got the student app up there.
Yeah, and so there's two apps. There's a teacher one that's in orange that you would control for when you're running the things yourself, and the student one is in blue. Now, you don't have to be on a device like this. You can also try it on a device here, like a computer. And if you don't have the app right now, you simply need to just go to Socrative.com. And when it goes to the student version, it puts a little M in front of it. So if you go ahead to Socrative.com or just go onto your Safari and go to Socrative.com and help
I'll do it up
in,
here.
it will pull up Socrative.com and the app will look just like the web page.
And you're just going to type in, you're going to click, student login, and you're going to type in the word Happy Feet, because that's my teacher room number. And so you're my students, I'm going to give you that Happy Feet, and you're going to sign in.
We're going to have you guys try it with us. It's just a little space race that we're going to do, which I did this with some middle school students, and they ate it up. But I will show you a demo. We have a little segment I'll show you of high school students doing this, even sharing devices, and even the high school students enjoy it, and the younger ones might use it just to answer quick questions or exit tickets out the door. And what you would do is, do you want to do the race first? We'll do the other part.
So we're gonna. Are any of you gonna do this with us? Do you think?
Yeah, a couple of you are in. Okay.
Are you in? Okay. So enter your teacher's room below. I'll do it here too as well. Happy Feet, and then you should get.
You end up maybe with what I have. I'm waiting for the teacher to start the activity, and as soon as she goes in and starts her activity.
So I'm a student here, and then I'm going to be a teacher here. So as a teacher, we're going to do a space race. Okay, this is a quiz. Okay, and I created a quiz already ahead of time for my students, and I named it Google.
So we have
And then number of teams. You can have kids individually do this or team them up if they don't all have a device. And this also works on 3G. I found out you don't have to necessarily have Wi-Fi. So if students have access to 3G, it will work.
Put 7 in today.
Okay, so 7.
In case,
Okay. So what's going to happen is when I hit start, you're going to see a little something on your screen with a color, and that's going to be your color of the spaceship. And as you answer questions, your spaceship's going to progress. So it's a race.
Really
Are you ready?
A few questions about Google.
Yeah, it's a few things about Google. I expect you two to get a perfect answer over here. You ready? Okay.
All right.
So you're going to see this up here,
So
and
you'll
different
first enter
things.
your name.
Enter your name.
Oh, yeah.
And then your questions will pop up. So maybe we should do it on here. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and our questions, which of the following is not a Google app?
You hit the answer and then submit, and then you go to OK, and you get the next one.
And as you see, we're kind of all racing along. Blue and magenta are ahead, and lime's coming closely behind.
And I know I'm blue because it's blue up here. And so this is a quiz that we've done. I'll show you the results in a minute as we finish up. But there's also, you don't have to have a quiz ahead of time. You can just set it up to where you're just asking questions, the students are answering, and you're getting immediate feedback.
Sorry.
So Peach is catching up, and Violet, and we have Teal and Indigo way behind. Yeah. Well, how do you know what you are? It's up here at the top. The color of your screen when you were answering the questions, that's what color you are. Okay?
Yeah.
So the teachers, I'm going to hit finish. That's okay if you're not all finished. And then I can view the chart. Come on, baby. Oh, and submit. Thanks, Tracy. And we'll see how we did.
And so it's great because it will give you automatic feedback. If they're in a group setting, low pressure, it's not like you have to have the right answer. It's just kind of an activity where you don't have to post this up afterwards. They're actually getting automatic feedback as they're doing it too. So and the neat thing is you can end up reporting this out and get it in a downloadable format for yourself as well. So if we show the little, I have like a 30-second
Okay.
on the little icon there.
Here?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is some high school students, and this is Tube Chop. If you haven't used it before, it chops your YouTube down into sections that you want to see to make it smaller. And so this is a high school group. They're all sharing devices. He has the Jeopardy theme song playing in the background.
Ooh, there goes Gray.
And they're just kind of competing. And they're all working together to answer and form the questions and things. So,
Yeah.
just an idea. All levels like it. It's a great tool.
And again, like you don't have to have a quiz ahead of time or anything. You can have, use it as exit tickets where you've done some sort of lesson or something, and you can just set up a quick exit ticket where the kids answer the questions right then and there by logging in, and you can see their results right away. They just give their name and you can see the results and then let them out the door. So
You
there's
have to put the quiz in there.
no, an exit ticket you don't.
Oh.
Yeah.
Exit ticket, you can write it in a question, and then as you go into exit ticket, you can feed it
Yeah.
into there. Is it?
Yeah. There's different
The
ways.
quizzes you have to put in to the
Mhm.
managed quiz part.
Mhm.
So,
Quick question doesn't require any input. You just ask the question. They log in with their name and they answer it, and it gives an instant feedback. So there's things that you don't have to do ahead of time if you want to use this on a quick feedback. But we wanted to just show you the space race that required a little bit of preparation.
yeah, I'll show you under this just while we're here. The managed quiz part.
This is the.
Oops. Oh, do you want to?
You want to get back in? I don't think.
Oh, yeah. Under managed quizzes, this is where you either have an imported quiz that you already have existing on your computer. You can look at reports that you've already done. Or you may have already uploaded some quizzes. You can go back to them always and pull them again. And then you can just go and create your first quiz. So she just created the quick 4 questions that we answered under the create button there.
So again, you can use it on an iPad, iPhone, any smartphone, or a computer.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. So that's another very.
And the iPod Touches are great tools to get
Mhm.
in the classroom, even a handful of them. It's a really useful tool.
Yeah. So these next several screens Traci put together of just a lot of, like I was saying, there's so many apps out there that she put together several.
Yeah, let me just
apps
get
to
out
kinda
of
go
here.
through.
Yeah, I was just gonna demo a couple or just show a few. These are just some ones that might be fun for projects. Some are elementary, some are high school. Well, actually, some of these might be. You can actually use it for all grades. Like, for instance, a green screen. It looks like it's a little bit of an animated. It looks like it's younger, but this gives you a sample. This little thing will actually make the actual background choices. It gives you all these different ones, and you don't end up having to have a big green screen. If you
Hi!
Oops.
You know what a green
That's
screen
loud.
effect is, right?
So,
It's used in the movies to make it look like the actress have landed on an alien planet. And it's used in TV to make it look like your local news guy is standing in front of a weather map.
so it goes through and it gives you the option to create a video, and simply using that app, you could be any grade level and making a video or using that green screen and choosing the backgrounds depending on what topic it is. So it's great for projects. That's Green Screen by Doing. There's a lot of other ones, but that's the one that happens to be a free one. Book Creator, taking different information, making short tutorials, making short video, informational books on a topic or a subject that they're learning about. So it's a very easy way to make a little book creator. It's just a free app. You can choose the type of setup that you want to do for it. Pictello, great for ways to capture and put pictures in, and then what it will actually do, it actually will read along whenever the app's going.
Mom, take the picture.
So it lets you add voiceover into the book as you go along. So
No one will recognize me.
That sounded like Siri.
yeah, I think that was.
Julia discovers gelato.
So then they're now doing, but the other one, you can actually have your voice doing it, or you can have the computer voice, the Android voice. Yeah. So, nice way of making a book kind of come alive. Another one, Screen Chomp, is a really good one for younger grades. Real simple way, they can go in, it tells them very simply, you're recording in 3 seconds, and they can end up taking a video of something. Oops. And I had my screen down and I wasn't actually taking any pictures, but it just played back what I wanted to do, or I could trash that, and I don't have to save it. That wasn't too hold and discard. And you can use annotation, you can write on it. You have erasers, different pen size. Great for a younger student to be able to write with this or do it. Even a high school student could do it if you needed to, but there are some more advanced ones for high school students as well.
Well, in the high school, maybe Doceri would do something like that.
Yeah.
For something more advanced.
Class Dojo, just one of the ones that's just a behavior thing. I would say it's more middle to younger grades, and it just allows you to, you can put in a class, and you can change the pictures on it, and tracking behavior along the day. A lot of the ways that they're either on task, participating or not. If you have upper grades, there's another thing, one called class charts. It will actually allow you to just put their class pictures in. PowerSchool syncs with that as well, so it makes it really easy. And that one called class charts allows you to get data reports back. And it also allows you to put the student has an IEP, the student's reading level is this, they have free and reduced lunch, they are an ELL student, all these options. So you can add your own things. This probably does too, but this is more a great tool with the elementary kids. Maybe a person for the day is the class dojo, and they get to monitor all the kids who are on track or all the kids who are doing teamwork together. So it depends on which grade level you're working with.
Did you say that class chart syncs with
PowerSchool?
Okay.
Yeah, class charts syncs with PowerSchool. Class Dojo, I do not believe does, but I would recommend the class charts one because it does sync with that.
And Mark, that's something we need to try because our district has customized PowerSchool so much that I want to make sure it works. But that's something when she shared that with me, it would work.
Help set up with you guys.
So just kind of links in.
Yeah, let's try it.
Yeah, and it's really great because it will just pop their pictures, and then you have all their information and all their student information data right there with the class charts, and then you can track behavior and attendance and all different things with it. So.
Okay.
Duolingo, that's this one's just different ways of going in and learning different languages, and you can choose a variety of languages, what level they are, and then it just starts giving you just a practice of different words. So maybe even taking a student who is a Spanish-speaking student and getting them to learn the English words for things is a great resource. And Pictello is, I shared that one. And let's see. Okay, this one is a great tool for students who are non-speakers. So it ends up, if somebody isn't, or even maybe somebody new here is not learning, their English is not all on par yet, there's a lot of different resources that you can end up giving them, good, I'm all done. It's just, this is also great with special ed students and all different capacities you could use it for, somebody who's not verbally speaking, but you need some ways of assisting them. So I think I covered most of those apps in there. And the next ones are some apps that I kind of just went on. My friend is a EdTech coordinator at San Francisco Unified School District, and they have been launching a bunch of iPads out in their districts in the last few years. So she has created for within their San Francisco website, and if you go back afterwards, we have this available for all of you. All of my links are up here, and they take you to all their free baseline apps that they recommend for teachers. And so there's just a whole bunch in here, and then they'll actively take you to any of these ones. This is a great QR reader. It's the Enigma. So And these are for teachers that they'll say. Some will apply to you, some will not, but this is kind of just a nice baseline that you might want to use for your own self. And then we have it broken down by pre-K, TK. The next one is K5.
And we have, we're gonna share this PowerPoint presentation or this
Yes.
slide presentation with you,
So you'll be able to go in
and access all of these.
yeah. And Sketch is used in almost all the grades. It's another one that's really popular. And you'll see some similar things in here. And then the 9-12 ones. And these are just the free baseline. In their website, they also have others that are paid per those grade levels. So once you take this link, if you want to look at paid ones too. But we thought we'd start with free ones. Of course, these are ours. Free is our friend. So, and then she also had some like app tools or just some, if you're looking for in particular screencasts or presentations or some of the ebooks, these are some names that would help you to kind of narrow down what would be a tool that would help you with that. There's just so many, I thought it was just an easier readability to see it this way. Okay, and then if you haven't heard of Common Sense Media, but most of you have because I think you're using it for the digital citizenship in your district, but they do actually go in and they research and decide which ones are best for the apps, and they break it down by math, history, reading, road trip apps, toddler apps, and all the way down. So great resource. If you just click on this itself in the PowerPoint or the slideshow, it will actually take you to those as a resource for yourselves. So if later you want to go back and see, that's where it will take you. And let's see the
there because of the hyperlink.
yeah.
There we go.
Okay, and then Internet for Classrooms, it's on our portal. It's a free site, and it has all these links, and it goes directly into what they recommend as the categories for the teacher tools, and what's best by category, again, by subject. So this one, my picture is also a link for you again, so you can go to that afterwards and see all, you know, I'm social studies, and I want to find this particular app. I recommend this is going to give you the list, whereas Common Sense Media might give you a little bit more of a review. Okay, and then, all right, CLearn. They also have a whole bunch of open resources. So, again, this one, they end up categorizing them by Android and iOS, and then by subject, and that will break you down. Okay, now we have Common Core, English Language Arts, Math Common Core, and so on. And it will let you pick from those topics specifically. So it's a great resource. And we'll give you the Google link to this whole slideshow, so when you open it, it'll just let you hyperlink to those resources as well. Sam Gleeksman was here last year, and he presented for us on iPads and Education. He's the author of iPads and Education for Dummies. And he has a whole iPad listings, but it's K6 specific. So I included that as a resource. And then for those ones that cost money and we don't want to pay for, this app will allow you to kind of put your information in. And then if you're looking for certain apps, the way I understand it, it will notify you when those go on special. And there are certain days, like Michael was telling me that basically some days that like on a one day it will be offered for free or at a discount, and this is nice because it will notify you so you're not always having to track for that. So,
Do you guys have any questions or any apps that you think are great and want to share with us right now? Or any questions right now? Or okay.
This is our accessibility to the PowerPoint or the presentation, and let's follow up with the one last thing.
Yeah, we have one last thing. And then, again, I'm going to link this presentation to the EdTech website as well for those of you in our school district. Okay. Should do full screen.
Yeah.
Emma. 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 Emma.
le maxi-fan, vraiment plus large.
So maybe not an app for that, right? So,
It's very amusing.
yeah, so we thought we'd end on a happy note. So thank you so much for coming today and sharing with us, and we appreciate it.